coming up, right? You had Iron Man just the summer before, and Dark Knight the summer before. So like it was getting into that renaissance. So like they're picking up all properties, but to go with a movie where it's the supervillains literally just wipe out the entire superheroes, and then there's lawlessness where they just pillage and rape and shoot cops in the police stations, and there's no redeemable character whatsoever.
So they aren't peaceful seamstresses by day.
No, there is no redeemable character at all. Like the Wesley Eminem character is just like, oh, I just went into a police station to just shoot up everybody in there because I could. Like I just could do it. And
he's like is cut off. Like he's like, oh, finally I can do what I want. That's why Eminem fit perfectly into Wanted in the comic, because he gave a zero fucks.
Yeah, and so like I don't know how well that would translate to a general audience of like, yeah, just go do whatever you want. And like the redemptive art, like it literally is the first 5 pages of like he's in his cubicle and he has a boss that is a jerk and his best friend sleeps with his girlfriend. And there's something to do with his father in the comic as well, but literally like that's
his father sleeps with men and women just to like break up the monotony of having
there's a super villain in the comic that's basically just a feces, a character like a poop emoji character, like looks like a Clayface character, and he's made up of 66 different pieces of poop from all the villains in the world, and I think like Hitler's in there, and like there's a guy named like Johnny Two Dicks where his penis talks, and like it's buck wild, like it's and Mark Miller just going all. So like I just don't know how well that would translate to.
That's what I'm saying. We're talking about suspending our disbelief. Imagine they made that fucking movie. What would you
I want to see that movie.
I'm not saying I don't want to see it.
They're gonna make that movie. I want to see it. I want to see villain.
I don't think doing that. And so I do like after reading it and then watching the movie, I do feel like it was a smart choice. But you literally could just it's Wanted in name only, and like you could literally make the comic book movie and take out the opening scene, and nobody would know that it was based off of the
same movie.
Yeah, same like. But again, if you know what it is, like for what it was, the action scenes are fun. A lot of cool actors. There's a lot of fun moments. You suspend disbelief and you just go, I'm going to watch people do ridiculous stuff and blow stuff up, and I'm there for it. Then you're going to have a great time. And there's some good music drops and stuff like that work with it and stuff. So like overall enjoyable movie. It's not Oscar by any means. There's a lot of holes and flaws in the movie, but you got to suspend your disbelief of they got a guy who has superpowers at the very beginning, like Herm said, and then they never have anyone else do anything with superpowers except for that they can slow their mind to bend a bullet. Nobody else can jump. They just bend bullets, but like, and do the whole Max Payne slow motion shooting. And that's it, where it's like, but dude literally flew off of a building to shoot. And we don't deal with that the rest of the movie.
And by the way, when you shoot a gun like that while you're jumping through a window, doesn't that stop your momentum? Doesn't that make you like a little slower to get to the other side?
Not if you pause to open up the elevator and then take 2 more steps into the elevator to get that extra boost. That was because he knew he was going to shoot.
I love that. I love what he did that too.
He had to go back 3 more feet in the elevator so he could shoot through the glass.
None of the guns have recoil. None of the guns have recoil. Not a single one. There's no kick.
It doesn't push you back at all.
No, nothing.
Well,
it's like a video game.
Forward, honestly.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm kind of glad they went in their own direction, because if Eminem had been in this movie, I'd probably be looking for him to rap battle Morgan Freeman at the end of it.
He should have been like spaghetti.
But we got one more person here that I'd like to hear thoughts from. Everybody, welcome. The mayor. No good comics.
All right, guys, listen, before we go live at 10, I just wanted to talk this out a little bit with how we're doing everything. I appreciate you all getting here early.
You're a goddamn professional.
Delaney, nice to meet you. I haven't talked to you before, but very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
You'll change your mind later.
Yeah,
Joel.
good
The rest of the crew, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
You're late.
Station.
I'm not associated with this guy anyway.
So Mayor, man, we were just talking about our overall thoughts on Wanted. What are your overall thoughts on this film?
Bring back Sloan. They got to bring back Sloan. He was living like a king, and it makes all the sense to me with the way that guy made the decisions he made. No, I wanted to say first of all, so I've only seen a handful of movies 4 or more times in theater. This is one of them.
Nice.
And back in the day, so when it was coming out. So then we just watched it again. 2 days ago over the weekend. My wife's never seen it, so I was like, well, I got to get ready for this YouTube thing. We're going to talk it out. I know a lot of it by heart, but I'm just going to rewatch it again. So we watched it, and I know you guys mentioned it several times. That night was the first night that I realized that it was based on a comic book. Had no idea that it was based on a comic book, which is shame on the comic book industry because no one is like talking like I've always been saying this, but like in 2008, like they didn't put a little thing in the beginning or the end to, hey, by the way, this is based on a comic. You should go check that out. Like there's no promotion.
I don't know if you really though because it's not really based. That's the hard part. Like you really can't say that. Like it's not like a Superman comic, like a Superman movie where it's a Superman comic, because like if you watch that movie and then I want to pick up the comic book,
it's not good. From what I hear you guys saying,
what the heck, and then you like the comic book industry is so screwed up,
right? Like, it might drive me away. That's a good point.
It might. So like because at least that's where it's like
that's fair. Needless to say, I love this movie. I think that it's a blast every time that I watch it. I think that you get the kind of almost like Office Space vibes in the beginning. This dude that hates his job and doesn't care, and the whole boss lady, with the red stapler, like all that, like just kind of brought it into that. And then we go into this crazy scene. Obviously, Angelina Jolie in it pulled me in from the get, and everything that y'all are talking about being unrealistic. I mean, come on, guys, we're comic book diehard fans here. Like, we got to embrace this. We got to embrace this.
But some comic books do try to make it realistic. So like there is, again, you have to just know what it is going into it, and if you can separate the disbelief, you're fine. So
yeah. So I get it worked out that I didn't know that it was a comic book, I guess, to begin with. But so I'm pumped to talk about it. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Absolutely. Well, between your love for Wanted and on all this stuff, I think I know who my favorite Omni X-Men host is now.
See, that's what I'm saying.
The one who was on time. The one who respects Fable's time.
We got another 22 minutes before we go live. I don't understand.
All right. Well, we touched on it a little bit, but this movie does have a stacked cast, man. Bunch of stars in this movie, from James McAvoy in one of his earliest movies, the great Angelina Jolie, who I do believe is beautiful, even though her arm looks freaking weird on that poster.
I love it. That's going to be in your head forever now.
It is. Thank you for that last night, John. Thank you. The great Morgan Freeman, who's a freaking legend, right? We got the rapper Common, who's grown into a great actor over time.
Is he actually in the movie though?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
He's in it by name only.
We got Terrence freaking Stamp, bro. Zod himself is in this film. As well as a little cameo from Chris Pratt, man. Star-Lord, man. Who? Yeah, he was in this movie.
What a jackass he was, though.
I think there's a lot of great characters as far as the assassins and just the little side characters. So I want you guys to highlight an actor, a performance, a character that you think should be highlighted from this film. So Jelani, what's a character or performance you want to highlight from the film?
I'm gonna take it. I'm first. Angelina Jolie can get it. She can absolutely get it. Only in this movie and in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I got issues with her after that. I don't know why. But she plays her character very well. I like how she ended it at the end. I love the whole I heard the bullet killed all the people and then I died too. And it was like, oh, I forgot about this part. And I remember it, but I forgot about it. And I remember it again. I was like, oh, that was so sad. So it broke my heart. She's very good in her scenes. She did play James McAvoy though, because I don't think he got none. He just got kissed. I've been mad. I've been like, but you Angelina Jolie.
Wait, before you do that, before you curve that bullet,
go somewhere right fast. But I liked her character. She was fantastic. Of course, y'all can probably pick her again. I'm just saying that there are things about her, like coming out of that tub, that just do things to me.
It changed your life. I know.
Not now. She's crazy now, but then
that time,
yeah.
Woo! That smirk she got, bro. That smirk gets you, man. That little smirk she doesn't have to do much.
I want to get trained by her. I don't want to get punched in no chair, but in the comic, like by the way, in the comic, like Eminem got the absolute shit kicked out of him, and like she was like supervising it, and it was he got trained by getting his ass kicked every day, and I was like, how is that training? It still bothers me. Anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. No reason at all. Halle Berry would have also fit well in this part. I would have taken either Halle Berry or Angelina Jolie or both. You know, at the same time. I am done.
Are we talking about the movie here, or like
he's tomb raiding now?
I think he's talking about another movie. I don't know.
I don't know.
We watched a different Wanted movie.
That was completely different. Sorry.
Yeah. No, she was great.
Things on my mind.
I'm glad you mentioned her death scene because she actually requested that she die in this movie. She wasn't originally supposed to die, but she thought it would be the noble thing for her character to do, given her, you know, her moral center and stuff like that. And she actually took her performance cues from Clint Eastwood. She said that in an interview that she studied Clint Eastwood. That's why she's mostly silent throughout the movie. She plays it cool, and she had just
shot a movie with Clint. She had just done The Changeling with him.
Yes. And she also added tattoos. Some of those tattoos you see on her are not actually hers. They drew them on or whatever, which is something that's pretty.
I thought they were really cool. Those tattoos.
Yeah, I don't mind.
And then she's like, and then I can't be in Wanted 2 if they make a sequel because I'm
right.
But okay, Big Herb, character performance you want to highlight in this film?
Well, Delaney took mine, but you know, obviously, you know, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well done. You had to.
That's how you do it, dude.
But I think James McAvoy, man, the main actor. You know what I mean? I thought he was phenomenal. Like he played the goody because you know I'm considered a goody by a lot of people. So I could put myself in that situation. You know what I mean? And like throughout the movie, he's like, "We can't do that. What are you doing?" And then the part that he's like, "That's the actual body," because he's like, and he's like, "Oh," he was like grossed out and stuff like that. I love the part that we go back to the Viper scene where she says drive and she's shooting down the shield, you know what I mean, the windshield, and he's like, "What are you doing? Shooting your own car," you know what I'm saying? And then she goes out and does that backwards thing, and then he's trying to be a gentleman and not look in that direction. And he's like, "I'm sorry."
He couldn't help himself.
He can't. It's right there. He can't. You know what I mean?
And then she presses on him with her high heel.
Well, someone trying to kill him, so I don't think he's thinking about that moment. He's just trying to be like, "Oh, can I?" You know what I mean? So he's like flabbergasted and stuff like that. You saw earlier, like he doesn't know how to defend himself. He just lets everything slide. You know, his supposedly best friend is banging his girlfriend and stuff like that. So, you know, like he knows about it, you know. So I just love that whole thing. And then finally, when it clicks for him and he sees the money that he's got from supposedly his dad that wasn't his dad, and the confidence comes. He does what everybody wants to do when they have a lot of money and a job like that, and tells the Janice lady, you know what I mean, to stick it. You know what I mean? And I love that scene. That's one of my favorite scenes in the movie. And then the best friend's like, "Yo, you're the man." He knocks him with the keyboard and stuff like that. Oh man, I was all in. I'm like, he's all confident, like, yeah. But he didn't know
the letters spelling out "FU" on it when he hit the keyboard was so good.
Yeah. The tooth is a U at the very end.
Yeah. I love that whole thing. And then, like, when he realizes, like, he has more work to do because he's getting his ass whooped and stuff like that. I don't think that's what he signed up for, you know? What is this, you know? I just love his performance in and out. When he thought he knew what he was doing, and he goes into the factory, he's like, "So when you guys do the killing?" In the middle of the lunchroom, everybody stops and looks at him like, "What?" You know what I mean? And Morgan Freeman's character is like, yeah, you know. But man, I love his whole performance throughout the movie. And then at the end, he you know, I said it earlier when he goes, you know, what the fuck you guys gonna do? You know what I mean? Kind of thing. Like he goes off the fourth wall to tell everybody. So what are we gonna do? I'm not looking around like, damn, I haven't done shit. You know what I'm saying? At that time, but yeah, so yeah, that his performance was my favorite part. I'm probably gonna say the whole movie and not give you guys anything to talk about. So I'm just
we can find stuff to talk about. Don't worry, Herm. We got
I definitely gotta agree with you on that one, Herm. James McAvoy goes through an awesome transformation from, you know, somebody that lets everybody step on him, a geek, a nerd kind of guy, to like a badass by the end of the movie. Somebody that nobody could mess with. And I love the scene where he smacks Chris Pratt with the keyboard and the letters come to the screen. They say, "Fuck you." That is one of the best scenes ever. Like, I love that scene. But hell yeah, man. Great choice. John, performance, actor you want to highlight in this film?
Yeah, I'll go a little off the beaten path and pick one of the lesser named characters. I'm gonna pick, his name is Thomas Kretschmann. He plays Cross, ultimately revealed to be the dad. You might have seen him in some Avengers films. He played Baron von Strucker in Ultron and one other one. I'm trying to remember which one. But you know, he does a great job of balancing somebody who can be completely menacing, like you believe he's just gonna like freaking kill you, and then later has like a softness, like you realize, oh no, wait, he's not. When the reveal happens, it's believable, right? That he's not just an insane killer. He's also in The Pianist. I'll say that really clearly. The Pianist. And he plays a German soldier who ultimately saves the protagonist in that film. So again, balancing like the intense, like you're scared this guy is going to kill you, with maybe there's goodness underneath that you couldn't quite see at first glance. So yeah, he does a great job with balancing those two sides of the character and makes the reveal work for me.
Hell yeah. I definitely.
Hold on. I know he's trying to save him, but why are you shooting at your kid? Like, bruh, I'm your daddy. She's evil.
Right. And why not say it one time?
Really clearly, really loudly.
Just like, hey, I'm your dad at any point throughout the movie. Because even there are moments before he gets shot, there was like, you're holding onto his arm. Well, he's dangling, just like, hey, I'm saving you because I'm your dad.
They lied to you.
James McAvoy did what Delaney wanted the assassins to do to James McAvoy. Just shoot first and then like, oh, shoot. Dang it.
Why are you talking? Shoot him. Yeah.
I mean, you know, the adrenaline's pumping, the fucking bullets are flying everywhere. I don't know. Maybe something like that.
Immediately. I'm surprised.
I'm your dad.
I'm your dad. These 3 words, plain and simple. Damn.
Oh, but yeah,
over if he did that though. I mean, it would have been over. Like,
we need some melodrama. Come on, guys.
I'm still mad. I'm still sitting around thinking about it.
But I agree. I think he was definitely menacing. He has that menacing look. He has that scary look. But he also and especially I noticed in this watch, he wasn't saying it, but he was saying it with his eyes. I don't know. He had this sadness in his eyes every time.
No, there's a layer. There's a deeper layer for sure.
He was looking at him like, you don't think we look alike? You don't think there's a resemblance here? Hello. But you're right. You're right. He probably should have said something since the beginning. But Bearded, Greg, what's a character or a performance you want to highlight?
I'll go with a short time in the movie, but I'll go with Terrence Stamp. His role in it, I thought was really good, and believable from the aspects of he kind of comes off of like the anti-version of Stallone, right? Of Morgan Freeman's character, of like he knows what's going on, but you also still trust that like he has some, toughness to him too, right? Like when he runs in the Abbey and he's, from him, and then like you just see the scene where James McAvoy chases in and then just slowly backs out because he's like has a gun pointed to his face, like, okay. And you believe like that he's someone that Cross, would have, confided and would have trusted in. And, he almost played off of like Terrence Stamp was a father figure for Cross, who, Cross was trying to do for his son, which is why then he trusts him with like, hey, assuming that I don't reveal the secret and I'm dead, I'm going to take you back to the house. Which also you lived across the way from him at some point before Angelina shows up. You could easily say, hey man, I'm your dad. I live across the street. Here's my creepy house.
That's it.
But before you have to wait till he's shopping for groceries. But you're like, all right, that's a better place to get him.
Listen, he waited years and years and years, and then finally he was going to say it, and Angelina Jolie shows up. It's like, fuck, you know what I'm saying?
But like, I like the little bit that Terrence Stamp had of his role of, when he does act, he brings it to it. Like whenever he shows up in a movie, he has that, that presence. And the whole, even the little bits of them at the train scene, right? How he and Cross plotted to get them alone. Like, I just really appreciated that character. I would love to have seen more of that, honestly. But I thought for what it was, he added a lot to that story. So I liked it. So.
Oh yeah. He's great. Like you say, he doesn't say much, but his presence says a lot. But Justin, the mayor, character performance you want to highlight?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Chris Pratt since nobody threw him out there. Had to throw him out there. He like it was such a subtle, so I guess in your face character in the beginning, but didn't play a big role ultimately. But yeah, great to see him in this, and obviously having a bigger connection to him now than I did when I had first watched the movie. Just love that he, obviously is messed up, but doing what he's doing to his best friend and like. Even having him buy like condoms for him, and he's like, "Oh, chicks dig this."
Yo, that's
put it on there. Meanwhile, he's banging his girl. Like, so messed up. He's drinking all these energy drinks, and and all the while, like especially with the keyboard and everything, like he was like, "You're the man." Like the entire time, you're the man. Even with the girl, when he's with his girl at that point, and he comes back home to go get the gun out of the toilet seat or whatever. He's still like, oh my god, like you're the guy, you're the he just like worships him at this point. Yeah,
damn,
yeah, so good. So yeah, good to see that he had that role in it, and got to see little glimpses of him as to what we know him as now. But really cool.
Freaking Bearded.
Wait, what the hell?
Huge, yeah.
Yeah, Justin like that you get to see Chris Pratt.
I mean, the missionary scene, he does a good job. I'd say.
Oh yeah, man! I think he was great comic relief in the film, and you didn't know it then, but he was going to go on to become a big star, and the qualities that he brought to this film, definitely he brought it in Guardians of the Galaxy. So yeah, Chris Pratt is absolutely awesome. All right, so I guess I'll go with Morgan Freeman as Sloan. Morgan Freeman, so deceptive. I mean, we talked about these other guys being deceptive or whatever, but Morgan Freeman is like, you'd never think that grandpa, with his love, his loving charm that he has, that he would be the ultimate asshole. And then that fucking explanation that he gave at the end, it was like, he's making a fucking point here. All your names came up, and I saved your asses. It's like, let's take over the world. Shit, we're super powerful. I think I might have joined Morgan. I would have shot fucking Jake McAvoy.
It makes all the sense.
Immediately. The second was in the room. You walked into your death, bro. You're dead now.
You realize though,
bullets to kill you.
You realize that their names came up because of him. Like his name came up first. And I'm sure that everybody that he was sending out to do whatever, their names came up right after his, because he was sending them out to do his bidding, his evil work. But yeah, regardless of all that, him being revealed as the villain was fantastic, and he had the coolest death scene to me, with the fucking bullet coming out of his head in slow motion. That shit was.
Hey, in the comic book, like the long range super bullet, yeah, all of that. Well, that's
I love how he mouthed the words like.
That scary look.
It's a good bookend. You start the movie with someone dying on the X marks the spot. You end the movie like it. So, but you also mentioned then that though, Fable, talk about suspending disbelief. That the dumbest part of the whole movie for me was the stupid loom.
The loom?
This moves up this way, and this moves that way, and this one
is here, which means this is binary code now. I remember thinking in 2008, I'm like, this is dumb. You have someone that says, I want you to kill somebody, like, rather than a magical loom.
It's not even magic. It's just a loom. It's just
it's just one of those.
It's not silken with alien skin or
guys.
nothing.
It's math. This is math, guys. This all comes down to math.
It's one of those Jurassic Park things. Like, oh, this fucking mosquito could bring back dinosaurs. Like, hell yeah, that seems plausible.
I know, but that's more plausible than a magical loom that tells you which people in 300 years from when it was created that you need to kill.
There's mysticism in sewing, okay? I don't know what books you've been reading, but clothes making goes back years and years, Greg, okay?
What is it? Rapunzel or what? Who's that? The one dude that sews stuff? Like, that's more believable with the golden threads than this.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin. There you go. All right, guys. Great choices all around. I think all the actors in this movie were fantastic. But style and structure. This is where I think this movie is, where it hits the most, is in its style and its structure. It was shot on location in Chicago, the Czech Republic, and Budapest. And the productions took place in real-world locations like Pernsten Castle, which is in the Czech Republic. That's the castle he goes to find, the bullet maker. And a former sugar factory in Prague, which is the loom place with all the sewing and stuff. They transformed it into that. It also has 800 effect shots.
Wow,
which is incredible. And sort of like the cutting edge of technology, right? Because they use computer graphics to make creatures and shit like that. But in this movie, they use it to make backgrounds and cars and bullets and things. You know what I mean? That kind of thing, like real world objects, instead of using it to make some creature or something. So I think the effects are fantastic, but I want to know what you guys think. Jelani, style and structure, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it is a very stylish movie. I do like the special effects. They do feel a little dated now that I've seen it. Like, some stuff doesn't look like it's supposed to be there. Like, I don't know, especially the bullets. Like, you're seeing the bullet and it's like going in slow motion and whatnot. I'm like, that's computer generated. I can tell. And then, like, when the Viper or the second car is the one that takes the bus out. Is that the Viper? The Viper takes out the bus, doesn't it? I keep forgetting which scene where the car.
The Viper is in the first scene, and then there's a different car in the next scene.
Okay, so the different car is the one that flips over and takes the bus out. Like, the bus is sideways, and they're like riding on the bus to get off. That look, I mean, I'm still like, all right, bro. All right, I'm still gonna go back to it, bro. Yeah. And then the rats kind of, oh, those fucking rats. They were everywhere. Sorry. They were CGI'd enough for me to be like, oh, they're rats. Oh, I'm gonna shit myself now. I had to stop the movie for a minute and like pause and just walk away from it so I could come back to like realize that the rats were still there. Even when the little oh yeah, honorable mention, I forgot the Russian guy that was talking with the rats.
Oh yeah,
I liked his character. I liked him a lot. I hate he died like that, but he seems like so innocent to die like that. I'm like, but you're a horrible hardened assassin. You kill people with rats. So, womp womp. It is.
and he kills the rats too. Like he straps bombs.
Let's say PETA is probably happy.
They are super happy. But they're CGI rats, so it don't matter. And they dumped a bunch of rats and that actually probably happened. Oh, they were everywhere. So it's cut well. As far as the structure goes, it's very forgiving. It's a good, quick in and out movie. It ain't like the Raid 2, but I love the Raid 2. So whatever the hell they were saying last night, you go to hell. That movie, Robbie, especially you, Robbie, you go to hell with that bullshit. That movie is great. 2 hours and 30 minutes. I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap. It out is a problem. This movie's the same way. You can't take anything out. It's very good. It's very clean. They could have just done it like the comic book, though. I will say that, and make 2 movies. You made a fortune. You made superheroes that are just cheeky and they're just getting killed, and it would have been cool. I don't watch that. I'd be like, all right, I get it. This ain't for kids. This is why it's rated R. And then, of course, Halle Berry's naked back.
We drift away from the movie somehow. Always with Delaney, like
we're never going to talk about the style and structure all the way, but it's shot okay. The CGI is okay, and so is Angelia's back. Yeah, rats. So many damn rats. All right, I'm done.
Big Herb. Style and structure, man. What did you think?
Man, he talked about the bullet scene. That's one of my favorite parts too, especially at the end. The Morgan Freeman, when they show it backwards and they show it going backwards, and it goes through the donut of Janice, and it goes through the can of Chris Pratt's character. You know what I mean? I love that scene. I thought when I first saw that, I thought that was pretty cool. You know what I mean? I guess it doesn't age the greatest, because we all look at all the stuff they came out with now, but man, I think it held the effects of this movie held up pretty damn good, considering it was an 2009 movie and stuff like that. And I of course the car scenes, we talked about it before, like the overkill kind of thing, but that's what you see in these action movies. You know what I mean? That's what you get. But yeah, I thought the action was good. I thought the storyline was pretty cool too. Obviously, like I said, I can see myself as the character, and I see all the stuff that he goes through, and then little by little he knocks it out of the park. You talk about the Russian with the rats, man. That made me laugh. I was like, what the hell? He just blew up the damn rat. You know what I mean? My wife's like, what the hell? But I thought it was brilliant that he used the rats as a way for revenge, because they're technically the reason why he kind of died too, even though it was the dad that he ended up shooting him because he was trying to kill his actual dad. And and then you saw a lot of little things like Cross, like John said, the character, like when the Russian died, you saw like the Cross looking at when the Russian died, looked like he cared for the Russian, because it looked like the Russian was trying to tell him something in those bath moments. You know what I'm saying? Where it's almost like he had a connection with his dad. You know what I mean? And he could have told him. You know what I mean? Everybody talk about stuff like that, but you know I mean, I guess if we're gonna go there, but I saw that connection right there. That's why I was like asking my wife, when did you figure this movie out? Because when I first saw it, it had me going almost all the way through till I finally figured out that that's probably his dad. Because you know the way his dad was reacting, and that Russian scene when he died is the scene that I don't think, because he would have just killed his son there. Because if he's that good, his son just became that good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that had me thinking,
they even did some very brief, but like some flashbacks to the earlier scenes so that you can see that he wasn't actually trying to kill his son, he was trying to rescue his son and stuff like that. They showed that. But yeah, man, keep going. My bad.
I'm shooting at you, bro. You could have walked up to him and been like, "Hey, man, no, they trying to fuck with you." Yeah.
I mean, he's 24. Angelina Jolie. I'd probably be like, damn, he's gonna believe her before he believes me. Damn it.
I believe her too, and he'd be like, "I'm your dad." Like, damn, they've been screwing me the whole time.
Liar. You're a liar.
You're a liar.
This pretty lady is you're lying.
And she showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
Especially after she kissed him. You know what I mean? That scene she kissed him, like it was like, I thought it was pretty cool that she heard the girlfriend talking all that crap and stuff like that, and she came around and kissed him right in front of her and stuff like that. Like, take that, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like she grew some feelings for the guy, even though she's more loyal to the cause. The relationship is. You saw that loyalty in there. You know what I mean?
That's why you feel like the character, because you want to kiss Angelina Jolie. That's what you see yourself as the character. I know what you're doing. You see yourself kissing Angelina Jolie.
I mean, who wouldn't? You know.
John thinks she looks strange or something. I don't know.
I think the poster looks photoshopped, but yes.
Let me see this poster again.
You got to look at it. Look at get in
I'm
there.
I'm surprised his dad didn't shoot off his hand, the son's hand first, and then tell him he was his dad. Like,
I'm
that
surprised his dad did anything at all.
That would have been more fitting.
Oh God, that arm, Jesus!
But they also give you clues throughout the movie that the faction is actually the bad guys. You know, that kill one to save thousands. You know what I mean? That's almost movie 101 for. Oh, wait a minute. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you should have killed anybody. You know what I mean? So that should have been the red flag right there.
Tell me who they killed that were important. See, it would have made more sense if you're gonna show me the loom and what you're killing. We kill people for fun and shit, and we're gonna kill people for fun. I'm like, I want to know why that guy had to die, or this guy had to die. I'd be like, this guy set up St. Jude's Children Network. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this guy like saved like 45 puppies from a rainforest. Like, oh my God! You know, we need to know that shit. If I done that, I'd be like, oh, I get it. Oh no, who did I kill? This guy smoking a cigar, playing that. Oh no. That guy cured cancer. I'm saying shit like that. I need to know. That's what I heard this movie. But I'm sorry, Herb. Go ahead.
I love the whole message from this movie. You know, you're stronger than what you are. Kind of.
We're not on the theme yet. God damn it, Herm! Stop skipping the lines.
I want to talk about everything. You know what I mean? But that's what I got. You guys can go now.
Well, John, you want to talk about the score now? Because we just
jump into my rating. Are we on rating? Sorry, I blacked out there.
Solid structure, John. What do you think?
I rated it 19.
I totally agree. This movie is brisk. I think it knows what it wants to be. It doesn't want to overstay its welcome. It wants to just, you know, have its flashing lights, its music drops, its stunts and effects, and in that way, I think the reason that this movie is elevated to the level it is isn't the writing. It's the fact that they have such top tier actors in this movie. You're like, holy crap! They took something that could have been a B movie. Like if you put like crappy actors in this movie, just imagine what this movie is. You know, it's Resident Evil 5 or whatever. Like it's the sixth Resident Evil movie, right? I think the story is simple. It doesn't want to overdo it. It's got huge like jumps in logic that you're just like, you know what, I'm just gonna let it go because I'm having a good time. These actors are having a good time, and I'm invested in it. So I think ultimately that's what makes it work. The filmmaker has definitely got a like, I have cut my teeth on commercials and music videos. I know how to make it look cool. Like I know how to like make this look fun and make it work. And I think that's why this movie is rewatchable. I think is because it has that pace to it that makes it just a whole lot of fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. Greg, style and structure.
Yeah, I mean, structure very smooth, like everyone said, right? It knows what it's trying to be, and it doesn't overstay its welcome. And the style of it, it's that very much of the slow motion, over the top, like action stuff too. But I at least appreciate, like, in that aspect too, of we talk about suspending disbelief. At least they're like trying to somewhat throw in of like, oh, he gets 20 different guns while he's running through the warehouse. It's totally unbelievable how he does it, but at least like we're not sitting here going, his bullets would have run out by then if he did that, right? They're at least taking that out of the equation. Now we're going like, there's no possible way that a gun would fly into his hands the way it did. But you go, you know what? They're at least trying to take out some of that. Like, we understand that we need to have more bullets and he's not reloading all the time. So like, let's just give him guns by stomping on a guy's hand and kicking it up and sliding, and like those are at least fun. And then I mean, I will say the one structure that we talk about of like the unrealistic aspect of like, how do you continue moving that fast holding a dead body with your gun through his head shooting? Doesn't slow down at all. Same pace with a body who's the same weight or heavier than him. He's just like, and like at that point, you're also like, okay, we've completely suspended disbelief here, but he's running full sprint, doesn't slow down with a body with a gun through the dude's head, using it as a shield shooting. Looked awesome. Looked fantastic, by the way, to do that. But you're like, really? Really?
I mean, if your heart is beating 400 beats per minute, you might lift the fucking car up. You never know, man.
I was say, Greg, you clearly you've never done this before. Clearly,
yes.
You know, that's all I'm gonna say.
Heart attacks are rampant in the assassin.
You know, I never have.
Give it a go, and then come back on the show, Greg.
All right, let me know when you come to Columbus. We'll make it work. We'll figure it out.
Pick up a body. Walk around with a gun in its eye. Just
very easy.
Yeah, it's quite easy. It's very easy.
Like Justin, the mayor told me. What the mayor? The mayor said I could do it.
Greg, anything else?
No, I defer to the rest of my time.
Justin, the mayor, style and structure, my brother.
All right, so I think maybe it's just me. I don't think I go into any movie ever or comic or anything in looking for anything and it jarringly enough be something that stands out as unrealistic. You guys are making valid points for sure.
I know.
But I'm just like, yeah, like a car is gonna flip on a bus. That's what's gonna happen. The bus is gonna flip over and it's gonna peel out and it's gonna keep going. Like that seems awesome. Like that seems. I mean, what would it do otherwise? That's my mindset. Like, where's it going otherwise? Like, and once I land it, I'm gonna go forward.
I like Justin's got all the suspension of disbelief. He just packed it all in.
But that's why that's what makes it so enjoyable for me. Like, I genuinely, I mean, I don't know, that's what it is, right? I mean, same thing with our comics we read and everything else. Like, I'm not pinpointing any like little thing, or I'm not looking to pick any little thing out and call it unrealistic. Like, I'm just like, yep, and yep, and yep, and this is great. And
yeah, but when it's that glaring, sometimes you don't look, but you don't go in. But when it's that glaring,
but there's no. That's just it. I guess for me, there's no level of it. There's just like, I'm like, all right, yeah, like this crazy thing's happening. That's crazy, you know. Like
especially a Mark Millar joint. You know what I mean? Like, even if this movie isn't totally based on Mark Millar's Wanted book, his books are totally like this. Like, they're fucking crazy.
Over the top.
Absolute bomb.
The ones I just the one scene I wanted to mention that I really appreciated for this within the structure and everything that they did. I love the car scenes where he is flipping over. And I know you guys mentioned like the cigar guy smoking, whatever. That scene, but also the scene in the beginning where he's like screaming, terrified, with Jolie saying "I'm sorry," and then getting it again in like a more confident and cocky way as he's about to kill this other dude. Like, I loved that. All those like kind of repeats, just like how they did the first thing, the that you guys were talking about with the bullet, you know, through the head and all that other stuff. So from structure standpoint, I think that's all done really well.
Oh yeah, I agree, man. You all make great points. I think visually it is stunning. I think a lot of these shots, even though they are fucking ridiculous, they look badass. Like when his father, well, not his father, Mr. X, breaks through the glass and the glass pieces are forming on his face.
Yes.
Kind of. Yeah, glass doesn't work that way. Who the hell cares? That shit looked crazy.
It looked awesome.
The Viper flipping on the damn bus and then knocking the bus. Screw those people, right? Like, they all die. And the bus just keeps going. The backward shot thing where the bullets, they're chasing the bullet all through the freaking, between the train, back to the gun, click, you know, all those little things. The keyboard with the letters flying at the damn camera, all these shots.
Yep.
Ridiculous, nonsensical, doesn't make sense, but it still is gorgeous. It's still beautiful. And I think the effects hold up incredibly well, especially the train sequence. When the train gets derailed over there, over the bridge, that still looks freaking awesome. And I don't know how much of that is models, how much of that is CGI, how much of that is sets. It still looks really, really good. And structure-wise, I agree with you completely, Justin. I love a movie that wraps itself up from beginning to end. Callbacks. It does something in the beginning and pays it back in the end. Yep. Mr. X standing on the X when he gets killed, to Morgan Freeman standing on the X when he gets killed. You know what I mean? Just there's so many little moments like that throughout this film where it pays off something they set up in the beginning at the end, including the rats that Jelani hates. You know, they show the rats blowing. Oh, here's a bomb. Oh, I had no clue that that's what he was going to do. Like, get a fucking garbage truck full of rats to blow up this building. But it all pays itself off. So I love stuff like that. I think style and structure are absolutely phenomenal in this film. But this movie also has great music, man. And the music in this film is done by the legendary Danny Elfman, man. If you know about films, you know who Danny Elfman is. He's probably as prolific, if not arguably more, than the great John Williams as far as film scores. I mean, we're talking about Batman. He made the Simpsons theme song, guys. Danny Elfman. All of Tim Burton's films, like at least 19 of them or more. And he even recorded the theme song for this movie. I think it's called The Little Things. I put it on my Instagram. That song that's playing, that's Danny Elfman singing that song, which is freaking amazing because he was one of the singers for Oingo Boingo back in the day.
That's right.
So he has some music chops.
Party. Who can ask for more?
Yes. But in this movie, you know, he usually does the little. Sometimes he goes a little heavy on the church bells, right? That Christmas, dark Christmas shit that he did in Batman. That dun, 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 you know what I mean? But in this one, he intentionally went heavy metal. He intentionally went prog rock, that kind of thing. And I think it totally works for this kind of movie, the fast pace. But real quick, Jelani, what do you think about the music in the film?
Yeah, I like me some Danny Elfman, bro. I mean, he does a really good job in this film. The music is quite prominent. It's very, very good. I also want to go back to the soundtrack as well, because the Nine Inch Nails song.
Yes.
is so freaking bonus.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh God, I forgot this song. I forgot all about this song. Then they play it a second time. I'm like, oh, this song, I remember this. It was so good. All the music works very well in this movie. The soundtrack's awesome. The score is awesome. And there are waves in the background, and you can see since Terrence Stamp is in this movie.
Did you say there's waves in this movie?
That is Robbie. That's a Robbie joke.
That's a Robbie thing.
That's Robbie's thing for sound design. But he was like in the Limey, which has Terrence Stamp. You know, he was like, "Oh, the waves are just beautiful in this movie with the sound design." No, they're not, bruh. Trash, bruh. But anyway, yeah. But yes,
don't be taking shots at the Limey now. We're gonna go.
That's a good movie. Oh, that's a great movie. That's a great movie. It's just a crap soundtrack.
I legitimately have a poster of that movie in my room.
It's gorgeous. No, don't get me wrong.
Don't bother watching.
I'm the only guy. I'm the only guy with a movie poster for the Limey in the house.
Fair enough.
Framed.
Good job. It makes Terrence Stamp be awesome, but the music in this
he's freaking amazing.
Yeah, he's a beast. Yeah. but this music pretty damn good. Danny Elfman freaking rocks. He will always rock. And yeah, I 85,000. Yeah, I 85,000.
Big Herm, music. What do you think?
Yeah, sometimes when you're watching a movie and you're not thinking of the music, because I keep forgetting to pay attention to the music. When it's that good, I don't even recognize the music because it's so good. The music is so good. You're so focused on the movie because of the music is helping you get through the movie. And I think that the right choices was made with this movie. I kind of feel like when we did the movie review for Fight Club and we enjoyed the music there, same thing. An action movie, you need that music to carry you too. Because if you have bad music, you know what I mean, it might take you off the movie just a little bit. You know what I mean? But It was so well done and so well put together that I really didn't think about the music. So I think I love the music because it's just, man, boom, 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 boom. I mean, maybe I should have watched it a second time to do a review because I didn't focus on it, and I think that's a compliment to the music. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I just think it was so well done, especially with the train scene and all that, and you trying to see what's happening. You got the suspense of, the music was right there, especially when Angelina Jolie just somehow finds them with the Jeep and goes right exactly where they're at. Yeah, she's phenomenal, bro. Of course, that really happens, right, Justin? I'm with you. I'm the same way. You know what I mean?
You know what? Bending bullets, flying vipers, none of that messed with me. But when she just appears on the train after it falls, I was like, "Oh, come on, get out of
here!" Where did she come from?
That's awesome, Big Herm.
Thanks for staying with me, bro.
John, what do you think about the music in this movie?
I mean, obviously, it melds well with action. Heavy metal and action, that they really go well together. And I think Jelani mentioned nicely that this is a nice stretch for somebody like Danny Elfman, not the typical kind of score you're going to get from him. And that 9 Inch Nails needle drop is phenomenal. It's used really, really well. It fits the scene really, really well. It fits the intensity of the character and, the buildup of, stuff going on inside of him. So, yeah, I think, in the same way that the final song in The Matrix, when he takes off and flies at the camera, it gives you that jolt of adrenaline. I think that's the same kind of juice you're getting from the music function here.
Oh, yeah. Well said, brother. Well said. Bearded, any thoughts on the music in this film?
I mean, listen, when you get nominated for an Oscar for your sound editing, they got 2 Oscar nominations, both were sound. So, and anytime you can have Rupert Holmes' Pina Colada song, I mean, in a movie, I'm not going to be upset about that. So, and then they've all said everything else. So, I'm the rest of my time.
For sure. Justin, anything to add to the music in this film?
Just want to bring up the Nine Inch Nails stuff again. Like, I don't think I was really ever into Nine Inch Nails until I heard that song, and I just started asking questions of like, what was that song? I remember, it was 2008. I was working at FYE at the time, and I remember like the next day going into work asking a buddy of mine, what song was that? He's like, oh, it's Nine Inch Nails, and he like gave me the album. I went and grabbed like all the albums, and I'm like, this. I was like, I need more of this. So that like kind of put me on a path music wise, that I wasn't on before. So that alone to me is something that stands out so much. And I know like Trent goes on to do Social Network and all that other stuff really well.
Mhm.
So no, that's, I mean, I'll leave it at that.
Oh yeah. I mean, you got the great Danny Elfman. What more do you need, right? Like the guy's gonna score a movie fantastically.
Yep.
All right, man. Let's get to the themes of this movie. You know, this is PCP. We like to philosophize on these movies. We like to go a little deeper, go a little layer in, and try to think of what this movie can be trying to say. So I'll go backwards. Justin, the mayor. What do you think this movie is saying to you?
Two things. One, opportunity. When you see it, take advantage of it, and I think Sloan did a really good job of that. And just running, completely taking control of everything. I mean, really, the other thing, and Herm, you kind of mentioned it earlier, is just the idea of like this wimpy kid who has no money and is kind of looked at as just this loser, doesn't really enjoy his life in any way. And then him coming out of that and having this confidence out of nowhere. I mean, he certainly goes through some stuff to kind of, I guess, learn this stuff, getting his ass beat as much as he did. But yeah, oh, I like that. But yeah, so I mean, I think that's one of the biggest themes to take away from this is just like the confidence builder from someone who might not have that at all from the very beginning, and kind of surrounds himself with who he thought was good people and smart people, which they were, just in a bad way to some degree. I mean, Jolie thought she was doing the right thing, so she's not fully bad. She did right, I guess, at the end. But
I mean, does it really matter with her?
No, nothing matters.
No, it doesn't. I don't know why you would say it would.
Yeah.
No, absolutely, man.
Yep.
Good thoughts on that. Greg, what do you think this movie's trying to say?
I mean, for me, my takeaway is that to not let your surroundings and your situation define who you are as a person, right? Like, so often, like, I think we can get caught up in like, oh, my job sucks, this, and like we put our self-worth in like other things. And I think, and that's what like we see in this movie. And it's the classic cliche of like you find your inner strength of to be able to stand up for who you are as a person. But even in the midst of that, like he still doesn't, like, he allows himself to learn and grow and not let the circumstances dictate who he is as a person, right? Even when he's in the fraternity with the people, like he's questioning, why are we doing what we're doing? He doesn't lose the essence of who he is. He's not letting them, yes, they're molding him and changing him, but the core of who he is still is there. And so I think like as he's growing, he's not letting his circumstances define him, that we oftentimes in real life can get caught up doing. And so I really like that aspect. So, and I thought that's kind of the overarching theme for me.
Oh yeah, dude, that's great. Oh yeah. John, what do you think this movie's trying to say?
I mean, there's something about living an authentic life, right? Like the Matrix sort of theme of like you're a drone, but you're not meant to be. And I think there's definitely some of that going on for him, where he's been trusting the echo chamber for a really long time, and he's breaking out of that shell and finding his own inner voice. And I think there's something to be said about that. And he knows that this is not the life he wants to be living. His time on the planet's short, and he's been living this lie. And so coming to terms with your own choices and taking ownership for your own life, there's something about that I think is kind of relatable, and all of us want to feel like what we're doing is authentically us, and that we feel like we're not living somebody else's life. And I think that's the moment of truth for the main character Wesley here.
Oh yeah. You know what? While you were saying that, I was thinking of the wax baths. right? Like not being authentic, like wax figure. Then he breaks out of that and he's
Sure.
rejuvenated. I don't know if they meant to do that, but that's
it's the idea of a rebirth, right? His character is getting
Yeah.
reborn the same way that Neo gets reborn out of the the Matrix, and all of a sudden he's like going through this sort of amnio process.
But it also is a constant rebirth too. Like he's not just like one change, right? Like he's always in the wax path. The idea of rebirthing, that like you're always going to have to continue to work and grow. So,
oh yeah, guys. Big Herb, what is this movie saying to you?
Well, I like when I'm watching it with my wife, and we talked about it earlier, in the backstage. But she's the one that because I was thinking about it already, but she's the one telling me, "Oh, this reminds me a little bit of Fight Club." You know what I mean? Because we just months ago. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
About the the loser. This guy might be worse than the other guy. You know what I mean? Because he's just like getting stumped everywhere, and he doesn't know who he is, stuff like that. So this movie was a lot about self-discovery and his identity. When Angelina Jolie is beating the crap out of him because she's getting frustrated with him and saying, "What do you want? Who are you? Who are you?" And he's like, "I don't know who I am." And that's where she stops. You know what I mean? It's self-discovery, and that's what it teaches you. Like if you're unhappy with what you're doing, but you don't really act on it, and it takes something like Assassins to bring it out on you. You know what I mean?
I mean, how else you gonna get through it? You know,
right?
You gotta join the fraternity, man.
If that's what
old trope,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be Assassins somewhere. I'm gonna be in an action flick or something, but but that's pretty much what I saw in this. You could be stronger than what you are if you give yourself a chance and stuff like that. And this is what this movie pretty much teaches you. You know what I mean? With all the scenes you get in there, and little by little he learns that. You know what I mean? Like we talked earlier, when he starts getting a little cocky and stuff like that. After a couple of wins go on his way. Until finally towards the end, you see the elite version of him. You know what I mean? Where he actually becomes his dad. His actual dad, stuff like that. So it's pretty much what this movie told. It's pretty much why I love this movie so much. You know what I mean? So and Angelina Jolie, we have to say it again, right? Jolie?
No, but
she can really get it.
Angelina Jolie will motivate anyone to do anything.
Back then, I'm okay with her then.
Back then, yeah. We're going to that time.
I got a caveat. That's all I got to say.
Take the time machine back to that time. You know what I mean?
That time and be like, "Hey, girl, how you doing?"
Oh yeah, Herm, I definitely agree with you. I mean, that scene where they're, like you said, they're beating him up, and he's like, "I don't know who I am. I don't know who I am," and that's what gets them to stop beating him up, kind of like they kind of feel bad for him for not knowing who the hell he is. So, definitely good thoughts there. Jelani, what do you think this movie's trying to say?
Another fun fact: Angelina Jolie and Halle Berry have both slept with Billy Bob Thornton. I love being weird. It's good times. What did I get from this movie? There are tons of things. You said most of them, guys. A nobody becomes a somebody with proper motivation, and Angelina Jolie. So, I will add this as well. Or two things actually. One, money solves all your problems. I don't care what problem you have. It can be solved with money. Apparently, the second he found out he had money, he was like, "Screw you guys, I'm going home." Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was just that simple. It didn't take much. All these people are almost killing him and going through the motions and almost dying. Didn't do a damn thing to that man until he saw his bank account. And he was like, "All right,
let's keep going. Let's do it again.
Let's do it again."
Yeah.
So
money does buy
no problems. I don't care what you say. I don't know why you're even lying to me right now. capitalism rules. And
I like it. Let's go.
Yeah, and number 2, just like we said, Greg, 3 words. These 3 words. I'm your dad. Your fucking dad. That's 4 words. Fucking has to be put in there because I made you with my dick. I made you. Okay? He could have kept it. He left a week after this kid was born. Either she was ugly or he was stupid. I think it was both. It was a combination of the two. Where's the mama in this? I don't know where mama is. Look, it just happens. He's like, I got this boring mundane life. He ain't taking care of his mama. I don't know where his mama was. I don't know what's going on. And it just happens. And he's just like, the cross comes in and he's like, oh God, my people are trying to do this. And then they immediately go after his son. He been watching his son the whole time. Mother, father, get your butt across the street. Tell your son that you are his dad. Hug him. Love him. Don't tell him what you do. Give him a couple dollars. He gonna be all right. Teach him how to be the right. Look, man, you being a pussy. Definitely leave your girlfriend. Definitely quit that job. Just do something else. Be somebody. Be a dad, you piece of shit. I hate that daddy. He's the worst daddy ever. My dad's birthday is tomorrow. Listen, my dad put me on a path to be somebody. Do you know why he put me on a path to be somebody? Because he was there to tell me, boy, be somebody. Boy, grow up and do something right. He ain't gonna sit there across the street like a pussy and do nothing. And do nothing with his child.
To be fair, Papa Gelani didn't have a league of assassins chasing him.
I don't give a damn.
No.
I don't give an actual damn.
They
weren't chasing him the whole time, though. They weren't chasing him till the end. So Delaney just wants it like in the comic book where the dad tells the son that his mom was smoking hot, and then that's why he was boner at a superhero party. Like he just wants that conversation.
I want that conversation had. In fact, give me the damn comic book, please. This really disappointed me because it wasn't the comic book. It hurts my heart because I saw that movie after reading that book, and I love that book. And I was like, bruh, you don't have a shit monster. There's not a shit villain.
Yeah, they do have a poop monster. It's the dad.
It's the dad. Because he ain't shit. He's actually shit.
He's actually shit, yeah.
Look, listen, I'm your dad. Money rules the world. That's
I like it. I like it, man.
That's what Delaney thinks of your favorite character, John.
There you go.
Fair.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad, John. He just your dad.
No, I don't know that I like the writing for the character. I just like the actor.
There you go.
He's awesome. Yeah, Von Strucker, he's awesome. But bruh, nah, he's a trash dad. He's all sad. I'm shooting at my son, but I love him. Our bullets hit each other. Talking about he was trying to save you. Motherfucker, you shot at me 3 times. 3. And the bullets hit each other. And I'm like, oh, they kissed. And I'm like, bruh, before you shot, I'll be like, I'm your dad. I'm your dad. I ain't gonna stop shooting. Totally is evil. Get out. I'm sorry. I get mad. I'm getting mad. Damn fucking rats.
Oh, jeez. All right.
I apologize.
Well, listen, I like it. I like it. Capitalism and, don't be a pussy dad. I love it. I think all of you guys made great points. I don't have much to add. I would just say, you never know what you're capable of until you actually try it. I think that's what this movie is saying. I think, this guy has it in him, obviously, because he becomes the greatest freaking assassin. He takes out the whole damn fraternity practically. So he has it in him. He just doesn't have the motivation, like you guys says, until later in the film. And lastly, I'll add that life is fleeting, and you never really, really understand that until you almost die. Right? How many people do we know have a near-death experience, and all of a sudden they become the best versions of themselves because they totally understand how quickly this shit can go away. And I think he had those near-death experiences in this film, and it totally woke his ass up. And lucky for him, it happened early in his life and not late in his life, like a lot of us, when we have these experiences, whether with health or whatever, whatever it can be. So, yeah, I would just say, you never know what you're capable of until you try. And you only have one life to live. Go for it. Who the hell cares what the hell happens next, Just go for it. All right, guys. Great discussion tonight, but it's time to put a button on this thing. Give this thing a score and get the hell up out of here. Out of 5 backlogs, what do you give Wanted? Jelani, I'll start with you. What's your score?
I don't know. I gotta watch out for these backlogs. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. But I like it. Okay. Wanted is a great film, a great action flick. I suggest if you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it. Don't read the comic book first, because then you get hurt. So with that being said, I will honestly give it a 3. It's
okay.
Good. It's good. 3 backlogs. It's good. It is. I think it's a manageable film. It gets in, it gets out. It's star-studded. It's got great scenes in it. It's got Angelina Jolie's back. Bruh. But them damn rats just ruined the whole damn movie.
Bring it down.
It would have been a 3-5 if it wasn't for the rats.
It wasn't for the damn rats. And certain suspension of disbelief. I'm just like, I'm not watching a Fast and Furious movie, and I refuse to do the Fast and Furious like whole retrospective where Robbie was going to force me to watch like 14 goddamn movies. I'm not doing that. I watched the first one. I was like, nah, bro.
They go to space. They go to space.
I know it's strange.
Ludacris flies a car to space. Come on.
And they jump from one building to another building, and they do all kinds of stuff. Nah, bro. Nah, I'm good. Suspension.
There's submarines, I think, even at some point. I haven't seen that one though.
In the Arctic, it's great.
Lots of family.
Did they really make that many movies?
There's 11.
Crazy.
There's 10 or 11.
Shaw,
That's not even counting the spinoff of Hobbs and Shaw. So
there you go.
Hobbs and Shaw is awesome. I love Hobbs and Shaw for no reason other than it's great. It's a good standalone action movie that we'll never get a second one from. That just sucks. But yeah, I give this a 3. I ain't knocking the movie. I enjoy it. Like I said, I think 3 is respectable for me. For you guys, you let me know.
We'll see. I have a feeling it won't be the only 3 here. Big Herb, what are you giving Wanted out of 5 backlogs, bro?
Well, everybody knows I rate the movies how I enjoy it. All the little whatever is in the movie. It doesn't take. It's not hard to please me. So I enjoyed everything with this movie, the action, and everything. So Angelina Jolie, right, Jelani? Angelina Jolie. So
she's in this. I don't remember her in this.
Have you guys mentioned her yet?
Nobody brought that up.
Shocking.
But, yeah. With the actors, such great actors in it, they did a great job. You saw that they were all in on it. Man, I give it a 5. 5 backlogs for me. You know what I mean? Because I really enjoyed it. So like I'm not gonna give it a lower score if I truly enjoy something. I'm gonna give it a 5. It's pretty much easy for me.
Oh yeah, dude.
Music's great. We talked about it earlier. Music's great. The action's great. I felt like
you're wrong. You're wrong. Yeah.
But yeah, man, I felt like I was playing a video game too. Like I told my wife, this is like a video game. I love this. You know what I mean? Not just a comic book. You know what I mean? So I was all in on this. Literally an action comic right here, even though it wasn't like the comic. I guess I shouldn't go out and read the comic, I guess, because I probably get.
You can read the comic, just know that has nothing to do with the book or the movie.
It's probably the correct way to do it. Since you got to enjoy the movie as is, now you'll get to enjoy the book. If it's as good as these guys are saying it is, you'll get to enjoy both. In other words,
John, you'll hate the comic. Don't read it. I'm just John will
Sounds
go.
like-
John will
sounds
go.
like a
There
plan.
is no redeemable character in this. Why am I still reading this for 6 issues? You'll hate it. So I'm just telling you straight up.
Checking it off the list.
And we
Oh,
were
yeah,
back in those days. That's when they were really like pushing like anti-hero dirtbag characters. This was the age of it. This is right. And Authority was there. You got like a lot of different books. The Filth. There are a lot of books that you can pull up from that area where you're just like, oh, okay, I get it. The Boys, for that matter. I mean, even
The Boys, yeah.
So you can name a ton of them, and it's just anti-hero dirtbags, and they're just doing stuff to do stuff. And then Millar was just like, "Hey, would it be cool if Eminem was an assassin?"
It would be cool.
In that time period, that shit happened.
Oh man! All right, man. A perfect score from Big Herm. John, what are you giving Wanted?
I mean, I'm going with the 3 out of 5 as well. It's brisk, entertaining action film. It's funny. I was thinking about how it was reminding me of Fast and the Furious when I was rewatching it. I was like, this feels like that same kind of, like, if you're willing to just like set the brain aside for a little bit, watch the spectacle of it. I get that Jelani doesn't like the Fast and the Furious, but it's for me, it's mostly because they didn't name the 10th one Fast 10 Your Seatbelts. I think that was a missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. But no, this is definitely worth the rewatch.
Fast and Furious is different phrasing. Every single one is different.
Yeah, Fast 10 Your Seatbelts. I mean, that's just a huge Fast X. Get the hell out of here. That's just bullshit.
Yeah.
That's just bullshit.
Missed opportunity.
It's just a shame.
100%.
So yeah, no, watch. If you missed it, watch it. It's you'll have a blast.
Oh yeah, dude. Greg, what are you giving Wanted, man?
Well, I don't go into movies like with a sense of disbelief. Like I just go in watching it like I want to watch it and enjoy it at all. Unlike you guys.
Screw you, Greg. You ain't nobody. You ain't shit.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to suspend my disbelief. I just like, oh wow, it's still car's still going. So no, they know the movie knows what it is. I like it. I had fun. I enjoy it. It's rewatchable. It's a solid 3. Three's a perfect rating for it. I think a 3.
Okay. So. All right, man. Mayor, what do you think?
Yeah, so I'm more in line with Big Herm here. With I mean, look, the way I rate and John, you know this. Just it's more about just the enjoyability for me, and if I can watch it anytime, it's on TV or whatever, and it's just on, and I'm like, oh, I'll just rewatch it right now. The rewatchability, I guess. If it's automatic, then it's a 5 for me.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, I loved it from the very beginning. Seeing it that many times in theater, like all that should say something, right? I mean, clearly I was hooked. So. And I am intrigued by the book. I do want to go check that out, understanding that it's not the movie, but yeah, just as a general, this sounds like a cool book. I will check it out.
Absolutely. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I guess I'm right there with you with the sense that I like fantastical, crazy, weird shit. It's part of the reason why I enjoy comic books so much. I mean, we were talking about, like, if you were to make Absolute Batman a literary translation from what it is in the comics now, that's some stupid ass shit, right? Like he's got an axe.
Say it loud, say it proud.
He's got an axe on his fucking chest, right? Like that doesn't make any sense. But it's cool, dude. Like it's fucking awesome. Like it's why I love these kind of things. I love this kind of thing. I love when people try to bend their mediums in ways that others don't. And I don't necessarily need the crazy, deep, thespian Broadway acting. I don't necessarily need the super layered writing. Even though I don't think the writing or the acting is bad in this film. I think it's actually better than average. The only thing I would say about this film is that, how can I put this? It sometimes it's cool looking more than anything else, right? Like there is a slowdown there for me at one point in the movie, and it's just like action set piece, action set piece, action set piece. And like I said, I can enjoy that, but there is something there that keeps it from being a perfect film for me. But I do feel that it is a crazy action-filled romp that almost anyone can enjoy. You know, especially if you're into just bonkers, straight bonkers shit. So I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I think this movie is excellent. It's not perfect, but it is totally rewatchable, totally enjoyable, and it's just a lot of good qualities to it. That even though I can't give it a perfect score, I think other people like No Good, like Big Herm, that they can't find a real flaw with it. And I understand that totally. The fives make sense, but yeah, man. So
they're wrong, but it's okay.
Yeah, so 4.5 for me. Jelani gave it a 3. Big Herm 5. John 3. Greg 3. And Justin 5. So what is that? A average of 3.69, dudes. Shit.
I mean, I like naked back though. You don't throw the 69. Man. Some neck.
And I don't think anybody except Bobby rated it, and he agreed with me. 4.5 with a bullet. Absolutely, my brother. Cali Station, how are you? All right, man. This was a great conversation. I love revisiting this movie with you, gentlemen. I love talking about it. Before we get out of here, let the people know where they can catch you, what you got going on next. Jelani, you're awesome, my brother. I love having you on the show. I can't wait till next week where you're back for Chronicles of Riddick. Let the people know where they can find you and what you got coming out.
Cool, Fable. Thank you for having me, man. I feel honored that you'd ask me. And I've always been appreciative of you, dude. Well, eventually, I will have you on the live stream again. It's just whatever.
How can I not have a man that says, what'd you say about his father? You came from my dick and all that?
Yeah.
How can I have not a man that says these things on review shows?
I'm going to tell you the truth. I'll blood your children. You're all children. Okay? Get your lives together. I don't know. Put the Bible down. It's going to be okay.
I love it, dude. I love your personality. Go ahead, let the people know where you're coming from.
Anyhow, my friend Brooks and I, and occasionally a guy named Nate, do a show called Go Figure Reviews. We talk about toys. That's all we do. Because Robbie and I were doing movie reviews, and then we had a back chat thing. And because of the back chat, we would always show off our stuff. It was like a big show and tell. So we decided to make an entire channel based on the show and tells, because Robbie punked out like a biatch and put out the show and tell back chats. So we do that now. It's on our channel. Lately, we just reviewed the Maximum Spider-Man figure, that expensive thing, but it's expensive, but it's still a decent figure. I really like it. I think I got it over here somewhere. Yeah. Spider-Man.
Oh.
I think we lost him.
Right at the reveal?
I know. I wanted to see that damn Spider-Man.
I give that reveal 2.5 backlogs.
Oh, he might be catching up to us. Let's see. Oh, no, I think we lost him. I
must see it.
Well, Big Herb, let the people know what you got going on, where they can find you till we get Jelani back here.
Well, I've been on hiatus on my channel for a lot of reasons. Been busy. I was supposed to do the Dismay Comics, the Kickstarter. I finally got it a few weeks ago. I was planning on doing it tomorrow too, but plans change. The lady says, "You want to do this? You want to do that?" And I'm like, "Okay, let's go do that." You know what I mean? Life happens, but should I do it either tomorrow or sometime coming up? I'll promote it somewhere on Instagram or something like that. But Dismay Comics, his Kickstarter came out with Gallows Man 3. I'm gonna unbox it and stuff like that, and hopefully eventually when things slow down at work and stuff, and I'm coming home a little earlier, I'll start doing this new show I want to do on Wednesday. it's more like a pop culture type, just like PCP, but my own thing. Whatever's happening, whether it's sports, wrestling, it's gonna be like a random show. It could be anything that week. It could be a movie. It's like, a lot of different subjects. Whatever's in my mind that week, I'm gonna talk about it. That's pretty much. I don't have a name for it yet. Me and my wife was trying to get a name together. It's taking forever. You know what I mean? Because we're not trying to be perfect, but we want the name. Something random, stuff like that. So anybody in the chat, or you guys have any idea of a good name of a random show like that? Let me know, or DM me, or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much. And then of course, catch me here Friday nights. Blame Fable show will be back. Now let Fable let you know more about that a little bit later. So Stacy, love you guys, man. Love doing this with this panel. It's like a universal panel, like guys from all over the states right here. You know what I mean? So me and Fable from New York, you know what I mean? So it's good to have like minds from all over the place, even though Justin's close to us, but he's still in Jersey, you know what I mean? So
I'll say I grew up in New York, but yeah.
But yeah, man. But John, Bearded, Justin, and Jelani, love doing this show with you guys. I hope we do another one in the future, man. You guys are so cool. And you guys do great shows. Whenever I get a chance to watch it, I usually watch it on the rewinds. I can't watch the live ones sometimes. I either sleeping when they're late or something's happening. You know what I mean? But keep doing your thing, man. I'm still watching from behind. But I'm gonna stop talking. Let you guys talk.
Well, Big Herm, it's always a pleasure having you. I love the energy you bring. I always tell you that, but I also love your positive attitude towards things. A lot of us can get a little jaded and cynical and stuff like that. And, especially when you watch your 100th fucking action movie or your 1000th superhero movie, but you always tend to keep that child, I don't know, energy, that wonderment alive, and I love that. It definitely contagious and it rubs off on everybody. So hell yeah, keep being you, and I can't wait to hang out again. You're the man, bro. Love you.
Thank you.
Let me bring back our brother Jelani so he can finish letting us know. You left us right when you were going to show something off, man.
I know. I don't know what happened. My computer just decided to go stupid. I have a figure. That's it. It's just Spider-Man. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. He's the maximum Spider-Man. He does.
All right, I've changed my review of his review now. It's from a 2.5. It's up to a 4 because he's
damn straight. And I got the Baroness from the Rattler. You like
5.0. 5.0.
Yeah.
Wait, what does her back look like?
Exactly.
Oh,
oh,
got back.
Oh, shoot.
I think baby got back.
John gives it a 10.
Sold.
10. 10 go fast. Anyway, go figure reviews. Sub up. I need all the help I can get. We got 700 subscribers just now. Keep subscribing.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I got 2 promos. Thank y'all.
Of course, brother. Of course. Thank you always for joining us. Big Herb, you might want to name your show Angelina Jolie's Back. I don't know.
Boom, there it is.
That's not going to get you in any trouble.
No,
with YouTube, with the wife, with anything. I see nothing wrong with that.
Back then, though. Back then.
Angelina Jolie's back then.
Yes. Exactly how it is.
That's exactly what I'm
Big John, my brother, man. I'm sorry I have to drag you into all these movies that you're not too fond of. One day we'll come to something that
I missed that Fight Club review. I would have been all about that Fight Club review.
I'll send you the list really early.
Yeah,
and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to tell me. Fuck all those movies. They all suck.
Hey, no, if you'd put me on that I Come in Pieces, I mean, certainly John, in high school probably would have said like that was pretty freaking cool. But
we had.
I'm never gonna watch that movie again, so it's never gonna be any
positive reviews. But yeah, thank you for always bringing your insight.
Hell yeah, brother.
I don't like to always glaze movies myself.
No,
Some movies everybody's gonna glaze for sure, absolutely, the super classics. But it's good to have varying opinions. That's why I want you on these panels. Plus, you're an awesome dude. So let everybody know what you got going on, man.
Always gonna speak my mind. That's not, there's no way to shut me up. Justin knows that. So I got tomorrow night. I'm talking Gotham Central. Batman fans, I'm reviewing the omnibus Gotham Central with my man JP, and we're gonna be tearing that up. It's such a freaking fantastic book, man. You guys gotta read it if you've never read it. If you're even half a Batman fan, you should check that out. And then Saturday morning, I'm doing my morning show. I'm starting a new interview series. I got my man Brian from Marvel by the Month coming on. He's got an amazing podcast, and he's also the person who took care of Jen from Comics Will Break Your Heart for almost a year. He's the one that was basically repping all of us for that year, being the one to get her out, take her to heavy metal concerts or drag queen shows or whatever she wanted to go do. He was taking her. But he's also a great podcaster and does cool Marvel stuff. And he's going to come on and I'm going to interview the daylights out of him on Saturday morning. And then I got a couple of videos always dropping, rebranded though. So it's John's Comics with Friends. I have to lie and, trick people into thinking I got some friends. But because the kids don't want anything to do with the channel anymore. So that's, what are you going to do?
What you going to do, man?
They're teenagers now. They've got real lives.
There you go. Right. There you go. Well, yeah, man, it's always a pleasure having you on. Even when it's not a movie you're totally in love with.
I'm just glad I could educate you on that poster, if nothing else. Delaney's gonna look that poster over and be like, "Is that a leg? Is that a boob? I don't know. I don't know what's happening."
I kind of want you on the movies you don't like because I don't know. Maybe when you're on the good movies that you love, that just like this guy won't stop glazing this damn movie. Nope. Now, I like Mean John. I'm
gonna bring the truth juice, and you don't know what's gonna go down.
Thank you again, brother.
Juice anymore, please, John.
No more truth. Yeah. Greg, man, always a pleasure as well having you on, brother. I know you're a big movie fan, so I'm always happy to have you on one of these things, and I got you on for 2 of them, so I'm very, very grateful. But you, my friend, are very prolific in the YouTube comic book world. Let the people know what you got going on.
Oh no, please go on. Prolific in the YouTube, can we cut that? Yes, can we soundbite that, yo?
I'm good, right? I'm good.
He gonna be on the gram, son. On the gram.
Son and John, I'm prolific,
panels, bro. You gotta know how to pull the strings, bro. Anyway, go ahead, bro.
My channel is, if you watch it at all, to the 20 people that do, it has turned into strictly just doing interviews with comic creators. So every Monday, new comic creator interviews drop. Just had a small indie comic company. They're doing a Kickstarter right now from Ironclad Comics. Pretty cool one that just dropped on Monday. And then, you know what, Fable? I always got to do it for you. I haven't even dropped my interview that's dropping this Monday, the news yet, but I got Kelly Sue DeConnick on the show, and we chatted about comics, and so that's gonna drop on Monday next week. So,
oh yeah, definitely go check out Greg the Bearded Comic Bro. I mean, the list of people that he has on his channel that have worked in the comic book industry is insane. Sometimes I look at his catalog, I'm like, holy shit, dude. He spoke to all these guys. Wow, incredible. But yeah, man, thanks for coming on as always. Always a pleasure. The mayor, Justin, who's up for re-election, guys. So go vote Mayor No Good. Go vote Mayor No Good.
Still didn't vote for him the first time.
I didn't either, Greg. I'm with you.
I think your term's up.
It's been
I absolutely love you, and I'm so grateful that you were able to jump on tonight because I know you're a busy guy. I hope to do more of these in the future, so I'm gonna be on the lookout when I start doing these movie stuff. I'm gonna send you some lists, but let everybody know where they can find you, what you got coming up.
So I'm unfortunately I signed a lifelong agreement contract to pretty much just stream with John from John's Countless, which is the kids. So Omni X-Men, summer break right now. Not much going on the channel. However, we will be doing some Black Panther
There
at the
it
end of the
is.
month. So picking
There it is.
back up on that with the Hudlin series. So right after the wedding, we finished off was a month and a half ago from the first 18 issues. So other than that, just kind of been on a little bit of a hiatus with YouTube, and even slowing down a little with Instagram right now, just working. Everything's been busy. So for those who are looking for entertainment, follow everybody else that's on here for now, and I'll be back in the fall.
I'm waiting for my what season you guys on Omni X-Men?
It's coming up on 6.
Season 6. I'm waiting for my season 6 invite, guys. I'm
gonna send you the list right now, brother. I'm gonna send you the list right now.
And I saw you had Lasso on quite a few episodes, so don't give me that one episode.
Lasso. Yeah, I have a contract with Lasso.
Send them the list you send me, John. Send them that list of all the crappy books.
you get the very last pick. You get the very
Greg knows how to pick them.
No, I absolutely enjoy Omni X-Men. I think it is a staple in the YouTube comic book community, and I hope it.
Thanks, brother.
I hope they keep making X-Men books so you guys never go away.
Yeah, we got 2052. We already have everything scheduled out. So.
Yeah, you'll be on the Krakoan era,
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Oh man, guys, this has been wonderful. Of course, you can catch me here every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern for the all different Blade Fable show. This Friday night, we kick off Bags, Boards, and Badass Women, where we're going to have nothing but the ladies of the comic book community join us for the next 4 weeks. And we're kicking off this Friday's episode with none other than your Omni X-Men sister, Candace Barbosa, will be our guest.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Come check that out.
Nice.
Next Monday, of course, Actionfest continues with Blade 2, another awesome action movie that it's my personal favorite Blade. I know everybody likes part 1, but I love fucking part 2.
Joanny, are you on Blade 2?
Huh?
Yeah, I'm on
Am I on it? Yeah, bro.
Oh, Joanny, I was saying because you can make fun of the dad again. He's in Blade 2. So from this one,
There he is.
you can relive him in that episode too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had a son in that movie that he neglected and shit. I'll find it. I'll find it.
You'll walk in and be like, "You're a vampire, Blade." You'll be like, "I get it now. I understand." You're a wizard, Harry. So much he'll not say in that movie.
Then after Blade, which is going to be this Sunday at, I believe, 9 p.m. Eastern, because we usually do Mondays, but Robbie has to go to wrestling. He's going to Raw, which is awesome, so we're going to do it on a Sunday. The following Tuesday, join us back here again, 9 p.m. Eastern, for the Chronicles of Riddick, our next movie in Actionfest 2025. This has been great, guys. Love you. We went over 2 hours. It's longer than the freaking movie. How good is that? How awesome is that?
People will watch this, and you'll get like 1,000 views.
Hey, listen,
20 million views.
The movie reviews do very well for this channel. I gotta admit, right. I'm really considering keeping it going because this last one, the I Come in Peace, it blew out the last Blade Fable. Like it almost doubled the damn views on the Blade Fable. So that's kind of crazy. But anyway, guys, great time. Come join us for all the shows. Sub up to all these gentlemen. Love you. Have a good night. Station.
Station.